Welcome to the Breaking Views. I'm Arjun Bhagat. Now, it seems very clear that India will soon have a 29th state in Telangana, with both the UPA and the BJP-led NDA backing it. There may be some hiccups along the way, the interpretation of India's constitution, a few court cases, but the larger picture is that Telangana will be created and soon. So why this opposition? Why the strikes? Well, it's all about power centers and areas of control. Let's take a few names. Jagan Reddy, son of former Congress Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy, Chandrababu Naidu, the chief of the TDP, and also son-in-law of N.T.R. Ramarao, Kiran Reddy, the present Congress Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and a host of other important big leaders all belong to the non-Telangana districts. They draw their power and support from areas of Andhra Pradesh, and by this I mean the non-Telangana districts. Hyderabad, the capital of Andhra Pradesh, is in the heartland of the Telangana region, with the closest non-Telangana district border some 200 kilometers away. So when Andhra Pradesh is divided into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, suddenly the Andhra politicians will find themselves fighting for a much smaller pie. And also without one of India's most famous cities, Hyderabad, which of course will continue to be shared for the next 10 years till Andhra Pradesh decides on where to make its capital. Even this interim solution is not very practical. After all, it's not like Chandigarh, which borders both Haryana and Punjab. Now, the pro-Telangana movement has been on for years, but it really gained momentum only under the leadership of K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who split from Chandrababu Naidu's TDP in 2001 and formed the Telangana Rashtra Samiti, or TRS. And he even allied with the Congress in the 2004 state elections. But for the Congress, it did not make political sense to split Andhra. And importantly, in 2009, YSR Reddy, Jagan's dad, the charismatic Congress chief minister, came back to power for a second term as the CM, winning 156 seats in the assembly. Now, in the general elections, the Congress, this is 2009, the Congress won a whopping 33 seats out of 42 seats, thereby ensuring that the Congress got a second term at the center. With such results, there was no way that Telangana could be formed. After all, YSR was completely against the idea of its division. But circumstances change overnight. On September 2nd, 2009, YSR Reddy died in a helicopter crash. After that, the Congress just went into a tailspin. Jagan Mohan Reddy's ambition of becoming the CM in place of his father were not really entertained by Sonia Gandhi. He revolted and formed the YSR Congress. Jagan, of course, was slapped by a series of corruption cases by the CBI, and he went to jail. All this while the Congress empire in Andhra continued to collapse. As a result, the stock of Chandrasekhar Rao and his TRS party started rising through bunds and strikes and, of course, adroit political maneuvering. He was able to get Sonia Gandhi to support his demand for a separate state. From a political perspective, this strategy suddenly made sense for the Congress. This was one way to corner Jagan. So, does it make sense, this division of Andhra Pradesh? Well, if you look at the socio-economic indicators of the Telangana districts compared to the other ones, it makes perfect sense. And the smaller states have excelled in India. They make sense completely. But will it create problems in the short term? Naturally. But the sooner this stalemate ends, the better. In the last 3 years, the political turmoil has ensured that Andhra has remained stagnant, with investments coming to a halt. We need to move on, people. And yes, I think even UP should be split into 3 or 4 states. That's all from me on Breaking Views. This is Arjun Bhagat signing off.